put your gloves on, touch them up. Let's get into it, dude. UFC Fight Night, Rodriguez versus Hernandez. Pretty good fight night, I'm not going to lie. There's some randoms in here, always in the fight nights, but there's a lot of good competition in this whole card, so I am looking forward to it, dude. And we got RoboCop and Fluffy as the main event. That's going to be amazing, dude. But starting off, Chanel Dyer and Elise Reed. Obviously, Chanel Dyer is more than likely going to win this, but I also thought Mikdebek Orobai was going to win last week, so who knows. But I think Chanel Dyer should win. She's speedy, she's more explosive, she's younger, she has the reach and height advantage. Elise Reed has more experience, and she's a very skilled striker, but she's coming off a ground and pound loss to Denise Gomez. Elise Reed needs to force a technical fight, and I believe early on Chanel is just going to be quicker, throw harder. So give me Chanel Dyer by round 2 TKO. She could be a very good prospect coming in. She could shoot her way up, maybe one more. Depending how this fight goes, we could shoot her up against someone in the rankings, but I do believe Chanel Dyer is really, really good talent, and I think she is going to do some stuff in this women's strawweight division, so I am looking forward to seeing the performance that she puts on Saturday night. Next, the battle of the hair, dude. Wes Schultz and Jackson McVeigh. Wes Schultz looks amazing. Then Jackson McVeigh, he's got some luscious locks, dude, but Wes Schultz pulls it off more, so I'm taking Wes Schultz. Not for that reason, but dude, McVeigh, he doesn't have any good UFC wins. This dude's best win comes against Cedricus Dumas, okay? Both McVeigh's losses have come by sub, and that's where Schultz thrives. He got I think it was a Suliev stretch on Mario Minjang, I believe it was, back in his Contender Series fight. I do worry about the striking a little bit because I know it's improved. McVeigh's striking has, but if Wes Schultz is smart, he'll stay out of the pocket, avoid the clinch, time the takedowns right. If he just throws like some oblique kicks, a good jab out there to keep McVeigh away, I think he can win this by a late second round submission. And dude, the only losses that Wes Schultz has, I'm taking this into consideration because he has some solid losses. No loss is good, obviously, but he's lost to Mansour Abdul Malik, who lost last weekend. So, I mean, take that how you will. But then he also lost to Damian Pinos, who is a very, very good prospect. Both guys are very good prospects, in my opinion. But I just think he's a better fighter than Jackson McVeigh, dude. Then we got two randoms, Gage Young and Stan Dorsonville. Gage Young, good striking, very good in the exchanges, and he's hard when he lands them. Dangerous early. He has 5 finishes in the first round, so Stan's got to watch out for that. And he does have a wrestling background, so he should not have a huge amount of issue with a guy coming in on his UFC debut. But obviously, I think his takedown defense is like a 70-something%, like high 70s. So I think he's going to be able to hold his own against Stan. He's a very good submission artist. 3 straight round 1 submissions, I believe. Very good jab, very good pressure. And I'm betting that Young will be able to keep it standing. I think he's going to get taken down at some point, but I think Stan will be able to look for that finish. He's going to try. I just don't see him getting that. I see Gage Young being very defensively sound on the ground. So I think Gage Young is going to – I think it's going to be a pretty competitive fight. We're going to see a little mix of everything. Some striking from Gage, very good grappling from Dorsonville, but I'm taking Gage Young to win by – let's say 29-28 decision. Then we have Marcio Barbosa versus Ryan Cruz. Cruz, whatever. Minus 1,000 favorite. I'm taking Barbosa. I'm taking him by round 2 TKO because Cruz is not a guy that's I don't see him going out there and getting knocked out in the very first round. I just don't see it happening. Barbosa has insane power. He's a very fast starter, very high volume. I think it's like 8 significant strikes per minute. Um, Kus has been in these long fights, though. Barbosa has not. He's got all of his fights have been in the earlier rounds, the first and second rounds. A lot of them in the first. So I can see Barbosa being hurt. Um, but I just don't see Kus hurting him for that long or hurting him to a point where it's like, oh, I'm cut open or anything like that. I think maybe a good straight or something is going to hurt Barbosa, but that's about it. He'll brush it off. And then after that, he's round two. He'll take over the fight. He'll be the one throwing more, and then he'll find that explosive power shot and put him out cold in the second round. So I'm taking Barbosa by round 2 knockout, dude. Now we have Chris Badilla and Nasrat Haqparast. Everybody knows Nasrat Haqparast now because Quillen Salin put him out cold, dude, lights out. And I took Nasrat Haqparast in that fight, unfortunately. Chris Padilla, very, very good grappling. Submission threats there, very good scrambles. He can create exotic exchanges on the feet, so he's pretty well-rounded in my eyes, but he can be hittable. Sometimes he'll get too aggressive. As for Haqparast, he has very good hands. That's why I picked him against Quillen Salin, and we see where he is now. But very good combos, good counterpuncher. He's experienced in the UFC, good takedown defense. You know, I just feel like Nasrat Haqparast should be able to dictate where this fight goes. I see the grappling being a problem for a little bit, but I feel like Haqparast is going to be able to stuff those takedowns and be able to keep it on the feet. I don't think it's going to be a crazy exchange or anything. I think it's going to be a pretty boring fight, dude. I think we're going to see takedowns. I think we're going to see a mix of striking. I don't think it's going to be anything fun, though, but I think I'm going to be taking Nasrat Haqparast by a 29-28 split decision. I think it's going to be a very, very close fight. I just don't see Chris Badilla being able to do a lot with those takedowns. So give me Nasrat Haqparast. I think he is a favorite right now. We'll see how that goes. Kennedy Zinchenko versus Shamil Gaziev, dude. The GOAT, Shamil Gaziev, bro. The heavyweight bangers, dude. We love them. Very strong physically is Shamil Gaziev. Great wrestling, great clinch. Very top heavy pressure. And at close range, dude, he'd knock your lights out, dude. You know, he is slow. His cardio's not great. The striking defense not there. He's there to be hit, dude. This dude, he's got to find a way to get the first round knockout. Otherwise, he's just not gonna win. Somehow they have him as the favorite, though, but I'm taking Kennedy Zinchenko. He's got a very long, he does have the reach advantage here, which is a crazy reach advantage, dude. Fucking 83, dude. That's longer than John Jones. Pause. Alright, I did not mean to. Alright. Fuck, man. I just need to stop. Okay. He's got the one. Both these guys got the one-shot knockout power. However, I just think Zinchenko is going to be able to. He's going to be able to wear out Shamil. I think it's going to be a scrap in the beginning. He's another one. He can be slow. He can be vulnerable to pressure. And if Shamil Gaziev can get inside, I think that causes a problem for Zinchenko. Also, the wrestling of Shamil Gaziev, I just don't see a world where Shamil Gaziev is going to use his wrestling in this fight. I think he's going to be looking for that knockout. He's not going to want to wrestle. I don't see Shamil Gaziev wanting to wrestle. How old is Shamil now? Doesn't he? I forget. I feel like Shamil Gaziev's getting up there in age, though. If Gaziev can get inside, I see it causing some problems, but I don't see it for long. I think Kennedy Zinchenko is going to be able to maintain distance And I think we're going to see a round 1 TKO. I think Shamil Gaziyev's going to come out quick. He's going to be looking for those big power shots. And I think he's going to get tired way too quickly, like a Derek Lewis kind of thing. So give me Kennedy's Nzechukwu by a late first round knockout. Now we have Jamal Emmers and Lorraine Douglas. Jamal Emmers, a vet, dude. You can never doubt the vets. Good wrestling, good scrambling, pretty well-rounded everywhere. He's got some hands, but when he gets into those striking exchanges, he's not the greatest there. And sometimes when he's wrestling, he doesn't capitalize on what he's doing when he is wrestling, and he just doesn't have that finishing ability. And for that reason, I'm taking Lorraine Douglas. He's very athletic, explosive. He's going to be younger in this fight. Very dangerous and very, very well offensive. But he does not have the vet experience. So that's why I'm kind of like, dude, this could be one of those, like, dude, what we saw last weekend, it's playing into this weekend too, because I could see an upset here. Because, yeah, Lorraine Douglas is the favorite. I really could see a Jamal Emmers upset here. I could see Jamal Emmers being able to do well on the ground with his wrestling, because Lorraine Douglas, not as experienced, not great grappling defense, and he's able to be controlled on the ground. So, dude, I might take the upset and take Jamal Emmers here. I think that's what I'm going to do, dude. I'm going to take Unk to get it done by a 29-28 decision. But I'm worried. I am worried. I do think Lorraine Douglas has got that. He's got the power. So I do worry for Jamal Emmers, but I think Unk still got it, dude. Taking Jamal Emmers to get it done. Anthony Wint and Terrence Chapman, another -1,000 favorite. Now don't be fooled here. This is a $7 billion company here, and we can't put the right guy on the right side. This is actually Anthony Wint over here, just so we're aware. Anthony Wint is the favorite. It's going to be so weird. I'm going to be doing this with my mouse, and Anthony Wint's actually over here. But we'll go like this. Undefeated. Look at this guy. He's a physical specimen. This dude is insane. Like, who has that heavyweight build? I will say, muscle is not all that, though. You can look good for heavyweight, but I don't know, man. That's when you get up there in the rankings, bro. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. But he is explosive. He has power, and obviously a guy like this, super, super dangerous early. Not the best cardio, obviously. Both guys coming in on their debut, and Anthony Wint doesn't have the best. What am I trying to say here? He doesn't have the best cardio. That's what I'm trying to say. Because, like, a physique like this, dude, you're going to wear out. Like, it looks good. People, like, casual watchers will be, oh, dude, he's huge. He's going to knock the guy. No, that's not how it works. We just saw Mansour Abdul Malik. Like, that dude's back last week is freaking insane. And we watched him get out-grappled. So, it's not hard. But Terrence Chapman, power, another guy who's very explosive in his power. Terrence Chapman's a guy that can get reckless. The defensive grappling, it's not there. Cardio needs to be proved. It's like, who's gonna impose their physicality first in this one? And I just see, you can't pick against a guy that's a -1,000 favorite, dude. So I'm going to take Anthony Wint to win this by, I feel like I can't say another. There's no way there's going to be another round 1 knockout. So I'm going to say a round 2 TKO. I think both guys, like, they're both coming in on their debut. So I think they're both going to try to be smart about this in the beginning, feel each other out a little bit. They're both going to be thrown to the wind by the second round. I think they're going to be playing it smart, and then by the second round it's going to be over. So I'm taking Anthony Wint by round 2 TKO. That's what I'm going to go with. Carly Judas versus Jaisla Chavez. Boring women's fight, but Carly is fast. She's very technical. Uh, she's pretty good at range when she's striking. Um, but she can be pressured, and I think Chavez can take advantage of that. Um, she is a very, from what I've seen, she looks like a very good prospect, I guess you can call her. Yeah. Um, but Carly's not the greatest in the grappling exchanges, and if Chavez can get control, that's where it's gonna cause problems for Judas. So, um, obviously Chavez undefeated, amazing grappling, really good. Probably gonna be boring grappling in this fight, but she can be aggressive. I could see her being aggressive against a girl like Carly, but she can get very wild, and I do see Judas taking advantage of that. Striking defenses and all there for Chavez, and the speed of Carly is she's very good in speed. She could take advantage of the lack of defensive striking from Chavez, so it's gonna be like Judas's speed versus Chavez's grappling. Damn, they got Judas as a big favorite here. I don't know, dude. I'm really considering taking Chavez in this fight. Um, I know Judas can be fast, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna take Chavez in this. I'm gonna take her by holding against the cage and kneeing to the hamstring, bro. That's what I'm gonna take her by, because I don't think this is gonna be an interesting match. I do think Carly is going to have some good exchanges here and there. I think she's gonna win damn near every exchange, but Chavez is gonna hold her there, knee her away, some good elbows here and there, and probably get it done that way. So I'm gonna take Chavez by I'm saying another split decision, dude. I'm gonna say 29-28 split. Next up, Markel Medeiros and Mason Jones, dude. The GOAT is back, Mason Jones, and we are all taking Mason Jones, but Markel, very athletic. I don't want to take anything away from the guy, because the dude's a very creative striker. He's very smart with his distance management, technical, pretty well-rounded, dude. But so is Mason Jones. And the pressure for Mason Jones, what I've seen from Markel Medeiros is that he can be pressured, and Mason Jones is very good at pressuring opponents. And obviously, experience-wise, Mason Jones is going to have that all day. Mason Jones is a very good boxer, very good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. I don't go that far. Very durable, as we've seen in his fights, dude. The guy can get bloody and he still be out there swinging. Super high-paced fighter, and he can go in those long fights. He can take damage, but it does not seem to affect him whatsoever. So I'm taking my boy from Wales, man. Wales on top, baby. Medeiros, I think, is going to have some creative striking in this fight, but I think Mason Jones is just going to overwhelm him. I think he's going to Markel's going to throw some very unique strikes, but I just see Mason Jones having more power. I think he's going to bloody up Medeiros, and I'm going to take Mason Jones. I'm going to say by a third round TKO, like a late third round TKO is what I'm going to go with here. Very excited for Mason Jones to come back, dude. I've been waiting for this guy since his last fight. He got all of us amped up, though. But this is gonna be a good fight. I'm excited for this, because this really could be a scrap, and I feel like this could definitely be a fight of the night contender for sure. RDR, Roman Dolidze. RDR's move up to light heavyweight, bro. Very stupid. Him trying to fight 4 times last year. Like, this dude is 6'4", trying to cut to 155. I like it. I like the light heavyweight move, because the dude is massive. Very interesting physique. But obviously RDR, We know him because of Bo Nickel, dude. He threw that crazy knee up the middle and just completely shut down Bo Nickel's body. But Brendan Allen just completely showed him up. So I wonder if Marab's going to be in the corner of Dolidze this time. Maybe we'll see a Marab walk out, you know. But great grappling. It's gonna be a grappling battle here. I think it's gonna be a good grappling battle too. Very good submissions. Like, dude, this freak of nature, man. Like, very good in the clinch. If he takes your back, it's for a guy like Dolidze, it's gonna be over. But for a lot of like middleweight, I feel like a Hernandez could have gotten out of that. But you know, Reiner de Ridder is very good in those dominant positions. He can be hurt. We've seen this in his fight against Brendan Allen. He can be hurt. I'm glad he took this time off because, like, just get your mind right. All that cutting weight, he said it wasn't good for him. It just seems like a really good move from RDR. So, obviously, both guys are gonna have similar weaknesses. Like, they're both gonna be slower in the striking, but I like RDR here because I feel like he's going to be able to get that clinch game working. After what I saw, what Hernandez did to Dolidze, he kind of just like was playing with his food, I guess you could say, and just like dragged him across the freaking dude. That was insane, bro. He just drug Roman Dolidze across the freaking cage in the third round and choked him out. But Roman Dolidze's still physical, but he's just gotten worse and worse. He's also dangerous in submissions. Difficult guy to control. I think Reiner de Ridder should probably keep this one standing. I don't see him. Reiner de Ridder's not like an Anthony Hernandez, I don't think. I don't think de Ridder, maybe he'll surprise me. Maybe it's recency bias because of what happened in the Brendan Allen fight, but I don't see him submitting a guy like Dolidze. I do think he's going to be able to control him, though. Dolidze can get you on the ground, get that ground and pound, but it's two dangerous grapplers going at it. I think the clinch game is going to work very well for Reiner de Ridder. Throw those knees up the middle. Get your punches off. If he just does a lot of work in the clinch, he'll be able to get this done pretty easily. So give me Reiner de Ridder. I'm going to say by 30-27 decision. I think by the end, Roman Dolidze is going to be bloodied up, busted up nose. I think a lot of knees are going to hit the face. So give me RDR by a very convincing decision. Okay. I thought de Ridder and Dolidze were co-main, but we got Spivak and Petrino. I was wondering where this one was at. This one, these next two, dude, I don't know on, okay? Because Spivak's very good in the wrestling, but Petrino lost to Anthony Smith, bro, like, by submission, too. And Sergey Spivak, Sergey Spivak's wrestling is very good, and he can submit you, but, dude, Petrino got submitted by freaking the you know what happened with that guy. But you're attacking my family. Yeah. I really don't know in this fight. I could see Spivak wrestling the whole time. I could see Petrino being able to stuff the takedowns the whole time. I don't know. I'm super 50-50 because I could see this going either way. But I feel like I'm going to take... I think Sergey Spivak's going to be able to get his wrestling off. He's going to be able to use the clinch. Obviously, we know the experience of Spivak. He's had fights with the champion. He's been in these wars before. Petrino's he's been in it for a while, but he's obvious, like the experience of Spivak, Petrino can definitely hurt him in the striking. Cardio's not the greatest, but Petrino's cardio isn't that great either. Obviously, Vitor Petrino's got insane power. He's got some kicks, and I think those kicks will work to his advantage especially early if he starts chopping at the leg of Spivak. I think that'll change the game plan of the wrestling, dude. The freaking polar bear, man. What a nickname. Look at the tattoo, man. And he can finish the fight quickly. So I could see a total domination of wrestling from Spivak, but I could also see Petrino getting clipped. So I don't know, dude. Petrino needs space, and Spivak needs that close range control in wrestling. So I might change my pick when it gets closer to the fight. But as of right now, I'm going to take Vitor Petrino just because I feel like he's going to be quicker on the feet. And I think he's going to be able to stuff those takedowns. So, yeah, give me Vitor Petrino. I'm going to say, I might just say decision, dude. I think Petrino can get it done by decision. I think it's super 50-50. But we'll see, dude. We'll see. We'll find out Saturday night, man. We'll find out Saturday night. And the main event, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez going up against Gregory Rodriguez. This is another one, dude. I really don't know. I've been looking at this since Sunday, and I don't know. I've been looking at film. I've been studying these guys. I thought RoboCop was getting up there in age, but he's only like 34, so obviously Fluffy's younger. But Hernandez, great wrestling, got messed up in that Strickland fight, but obviously, dude, we were super high on him for so long. Dude, him versus DeRitter, dude, we were supposed to have that. I can't imagine how that would have gone. That would have been elite fight, very elite. Great cardio, strong clinch game. The chain wrestling is very good. He will consistently make Gregory Rodriguez work. This is why I'm worried for Gregory Rodriguez. RoboCop's on a run, though, for right now. I think it's like 3 straight, I believe. And it's all like in the first round. He's knocking people out with like straight rights, and it's not even like a super hard punch either. But Anthony Hernandez's problems is he can be very hittable, dude. We've seen him get TKO'd in that Strickland fight. And Strickland's not a super big power puncher, but RoboCop is, dude. Look, like, you've seen RoboCop fight. Insane pressure. Anthony Hernandez will walk straight into punches. And I feel like Gregory Rodriguez is going to be able to mitigate the takedowns a little bit. He's a good wrestler. Like, obviously he loves his striking. We know that. Huge power puncher, great in the pocket. Body shots I think will be very effective against a guy like Anthony Hernandez. Good jiu-jitsu. He's got submissions. And dude, it's like this guy, Anthony Hernandez, needs to use that cardio to his advantage and just keep moving throughout the fight. But obviously, it's like RoboCop needs to get it done early. Like, cardio is the biggest thing after the first, I'm going to say 2 rounds. I think if he can't get it done in the 2 rounds, I think that's where Anthony Hernandez is going to kind of take over. I feel like, can Hernandez survive the early storm of RoboCop? Because I think Hernandez is going to want to make RoboCop wrestle, scramble, clinch, stand up, you know how it's going to go. But super 50-50 right now. This is stupid of me, maybe, but it is a close fight. But right now, I'm taking RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez. I think he's well-rounded, dude. He just is. Anthony Hernandez, I think you he's got pillow hands. I don't think he's gonna do a whole lot, and I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to be able to mitigate the wrestling. I I could really see either guy winning, but at the same time, it's like, dude, Gregory Rodriguez winning against a guy like Anthony Hernandez. Like, I know how elite Anthony Hernandez is. I do. He is super elite. I love both these guys. They're both of my favorites to watch, dude. But right now, I'm going to take RoboCop to win by a round 2 knockout. However, I can see Anthony Hernandez just being able to work RoboCop in the clinch, taking him down, just doing what he wants with him. It's kind of like, I made a pick last week. I don't remember. It was like, if this person can't get it done, I think it was Dante Johnson. I said, if Dante Johnson can't get it done in the first round, and I said within 3 minutes, by the way, and he got it done within 3 minutes, so great pull by me. But I said if he couldn't do it in 3 minutes, I was picking Eric McConaughey to win. This is kind of like how I feel with this one. If Gregory Rodriguez can't get it done inside of 2 rounds, Anthony Hernandez is going to take over and get a decision, maybe even a late submission. But as of right now, I'm going to take RoboCop by knockout in the second round. So yeah, it's a good fight night. I'm super excited for this one. I've been waiting for this for a while. Yeah, please subscribe. Trying to do these live fight companions. It would be much appreciated if you just subscribe, man. It'd be great, and it doesn't hurt you at all. It just benefits me. So that'd be great. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.